What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Gridborn Film and TV podcast. Since today is our first episode, recording Friday, airs tomorrow at 8. I'm your host, Gridborn. Originally, I was planning on doing a YouTube channel, but didn't have the equipment, even though I'm an esports player. But I thought myself, well, I want to be a film person. So in the podcast weekly, I cover anything film, TV, Hollywood news, and sort of gaming. So anyway, let's get started. Today's episode, I review the first Planet of the Apes film that I haven't watched for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Talk about Marvel Studios, or I should say Animation's X-Men 97, episodes 1 and 2. And the final segment, I recap on one of my favorite Fox era Marvel films for the road to Deadpool and Wolverine, starting with Logan. And there's a poll that you have to do at the end. Well, it's optional. You have to pick which Marvel film I should do next from the Fox era. So anyway, let's get started. Well, to start with Rise of the Planet of the Apes, my view of that movie was, even though I kind of went backwards from seeing War for the Planet of the Apes, then Dawn, and couldn't find where to stream Rise of the Planet of the Apes, I think that movie was pretty good. And while the acting was great, Andy Serkis did a good job with motion capture, even though he spoke like 4 or 5 times as Caesar. And now let's give you out a recap. Well, we began in San Francisco, a pharmacist, Roy Rodman, played by James Franco, not Dave Franco. Tests viral base drug ALZ-112 on chimpanzees, because in the beginning of the movie he took some from the Amazon, I think. I don't know what state, country that was, at the biotechnology company Genesis to find a cure for Alzheimer's. Dumb line. You know, that's what old people have. No shit. The 112 is given to a chimpanzee named Bright Eyes, greatly increasing her intelligence. However, during Will's presentation for the drug, Bright Eyes is forced from her cage, goes on a rampage, and is shot to death. Will's superior, Stephen Jacobs, terminates the project, played by David Oyelowo, which you may know from Lawman Bass Reeves, or whatever that Kaylee Cuoco film was. Don't know what it is. And has chimpanzees input. Okay, I don't want to pronounce that. However, Will's assistant Rob Franklin reveals that the reason for Briar's rampage is that she recently given birth to, well, Caesar when he was an infant. Discovering that Caesar inherits mother's intelligence, now being exposed to the treatment, Will decides to raise him. 3 years pass by, and Caesar became highly intelligent. He can communicate through sign language. Will begins a romantic relationship with Caroline. I don't know. Will and Caroline introduce Caesar to the redwood forest at Murray Woods, the national monument, so he can roam. Meanwhile, Will chooses father Charles to the treatment, which seems to restore his ability. And 5 years later, Caesar enters adulthood. Questions his origins and place in the world. Charles' condition returns as his immune system becomes resistant, and Caesar now injures an aggressive neighbor, Douglas Hunsker, while defending a confused Charles. The animal control subsequently takes him to an ape shelter Caesar is tormented by the alpha chimpanzee Rocket and chief guard Doug Landon. However, he befriends Maurice, a former circus. Okay, I need to study apes more. Who knows sign language. Caesar learns to unlock his cage, gaining free for the common area. If he sends his buck or gorilla, Caesar claims to position of the alpha. Meanwhile, Jacobs secures the development of a new treatment called the same thing 113 that will test him to improve intelligence. Will takes the drug home to his father, but Charles decides declines the further treatment and dies overnight. Attempting to test the drug on a bombo named Koba, which, great villain, spoiler alert, Franklin accidentally becomes exposed and becomes ill desperate. Jacob's order to continue the trials. Will continuously quits his job. Attempting to warn Will at his home, Franklin seizes blood into Husker and is later discovered dead. Will attempts to claim Caesar, but Caesar declines and he stays and steals the ALZ 113 canister from Will's house and enhances all the apes in the shelter. Which in this scene, one of the people who treats Caesar badly says the famous quote from the 60s. He's, "Get your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape," which causes Caesar to speak. Which his first word was no. Oh, and kills the treatment people. And the apes flee, releasing Koba and the remaining apes from Genesis and freeing additional apes from the San Francisco Zoo. A battle on the Golden Gate Bridge happened, and they attempted to escape to the Redwood Forest. Jacobs dies, and Caesar's upper worlds were up, down, right, left, I think. As the apes find a way in the forest, Will finds and warns Caesar that humans will hunt them and beg him to return home. Caesar hugs him and says he is home, and Will accepts Caesar's wishes, and the apes embrace him into the forest. Meanwhile, Husker, now infected with the virus, arrives at San Francisco airport for his flight and eventually spreads the virus around the planet, leading to a pandemic. Well, this movie was pretty great for a 82 certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. So, in a few weeks before May 10th, I review Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which has no Andy Serkis, just Owen Teague from It, Freya Allen from The Witcher, and Kevin Durant from The Strain, and Frank Gallagher himself, William H. Macy. So, hope you enjoy. And now next, we move on to X-Men 97, in which I did not watch the animated series. And for the next episode, I will be doing a retro recap, or maybe I'll add another poll, which is called, which you guys think of a name and send it to me. So anyway, let's get started. Well, X-Men 97 is the first non-MCU project but even though it's produced by Marvel Studios, or now Marvel Animation, created by Bo DeMaio, who was fired, produced by Kevin Feige. So, let's get to it. The series picks up after the events of X-Men the Animated Series, following the death of McAvoy or Stewart or McQuaid, which is Charles Xavier, and in episode 1, like, the X-Men continue a mission to defend mutants and humans alike to go on. on Cyclops and Jean have a baby, which let's just hope he doesn't get like a heat vision. Famous quote, "I surrender not." And Magneto reveals Xavier's will and testament, in which Xavier gives out the will, will to Magneto, and the X-Men take over. Well, takes over the X-Men. Magneto takes over the X-Men, which I like him as a good villain. And I will break down the plots of episodes 1 through 3, since I aired this episode this Saturday on Easter weekend. So let's get started. Episodes 1, 2, and 3. P.S. Well, the reception is 98. Lucky for a kids series. One year as Professor X leaves Earth for I'm going to recap on this. So let's just continue. The last episode was involving Mrs. Sinister, which taking the name Madeline Pryor, blah blah blah. And I'm going to need a recap on the original series. So anyway, let's get to it for the last segment. Logan, my favorite X-Men and Fox era film, which is the 10th film in the X-Men film series and the third and final installment in the Wolverine trilogy following X-Men Origins Wolverine plus the Wolverine. Well, Deadpool and Wolverine consists of like the multiverse with with people redoing their roles for Pyro from X-Men The Last Stand, Elektra, Data, Jen Gardner's Elektra. Directed by James Mangold, screw Indiana Jones for how bad that movie was. And became the third highest grossing R-rated film. And the film let's break this down. The film takes place in the year 2029, which it's 2024, and I don't know if the timeline connects. If like I'll be graduated from high school, will be in college, or may graduate from college. No mutants have been born in 25 years, and an aging Logan suffers his healing abilities failing. Working as a limousine driver in El Paso, Texas, he and mutant tracker Caliban take care of a 97-year-old Charles Xavier, founder of the X-Men, in an abandoned smelting plant in northern Mexico. Xavier suffers from dementia that causes him to have destructive seizures, which injured 600 people and killed several X-Men prior. Well, technically, since the movie has Patrick Stewart, I run a thing called the Stew Pool, which involves Wolverine. No, not Wolverine. The deaths of Patrick Stewart's character, Professor X, which I had 3 from X-Men Last Stand, Logan, Doctor Strange, and let's see where we go from there. Logan agrees to escort Gabriela Lopez, played by Elizabeth Rodriguez, to transport Laura, former newcomer Daphne Keene, to Eden, which is based off of a comic book. At to find Gabriella, Logan is confronted by her killer Donald Pierce, played by Boyd Hilberg, There's a transcend cyborg chief of security. Pierce is looking for Laura, who has a sonar wearing Logan's limo. Has powers similar to his. Logan, and Xavier escape from Pierce and Weirds, but Caliban is captured. Pierce tortures Caliban into tracking Laura. Xavier and Logan watch a video of Gabriella's phone revealing that transgen created Laura and other children from mutant DNA to become weapons. The children provide challenging to control and were executed. Gabrielle and the other nurses help some escape. Xavier reveals that Logan was created from Logan's DNA, which calls him Logan's daughter. In Oklahoma City, Logan reveals that Eden was actually from an X-Men comic. He should be a comic book nerd. Why not? Tells her it is fictional. The readers arrive, but Xavier has another seizure and captures everyone except Logan and Laura, who killed the attackers and injected Xavier with his medication. As they flee, Dr. Xander Rice, played by Richard E. Grant, head of transgender Rice, to help Pierce. Logan, Laura, and Xavier help former Will Munson and his family after tragedies are something offered for dinner at their home. Logan drives off enforcers from a corporate. Rice unleashes X-24 and Miles' clone of Logan, played by Huey. In his prime as their ultimate weapon, murders Will's family, Xavier, before capturing Laura. Caliban sets up grenades, killing himself and several Reavers, but only injuring Pierce. Logan is outmatched by X-24 and Will pins X-24 with his truck before dying from his injuries. Laura escaped with Xavier's body. After burying Xavier, Logan passes out. Stu Pool kill off and persuades him to North Dakota. And Laura's like speaking Spanish, and Laura's like, "What the fuck? You could fucking talk." And Ian was not real. They find the other transgen kids preparing to cross into care. Laura finds the adamantium mold that Logan has kept since he escaped from Weapon Next facility, which I'm gonna kill myself. He once considered using it to commit suicide. Logan declines not to accompany them, to Laura's dismay. The Reavers arrive to ambush the children. Logan takes the overdose of the serum, which is too much, and to giving him to boost his strength. Flora's help. He slaughters most of the Reavers before the serum wears off. As Pierce holds Richter at gunpoint, Rice tells Logan, who killed Rice's father, which was Stryker, years ago at the Weapon X facility, that no new mutants have been born due to the genetically engineered cross created by transgen, and disordered Lord's food supply. Logan, having a gun that shoots Rice dead, injures Pierce, X-24, fights Logan and the children combine their powers to kill Pierce and the remaining Reavers. His powers to flip a truck onto X-24. X-24 frees himself and kills Logan on a tree branch while wounding him. Laura holds Logan's revolver and shoots the avalanche village and shoots X-24, killing him. Logan tells her not to become the weapon she was made to be. After she tearfully acknowledges him as her father, Logan dies peacefully in Laura's arms. She and the children bury Logan before they depart, and Laura tilts the cross and gave the marker to create an X, which honors Logan as the last of the X-Men. But the X-Men return in Doctor Strange 2, who was just Professor X, but killed off by Elizabeth Olsen. And now he will return in Deadpool and Wolverine, but an alternate timeline variant, plus plain patch. So, can't wait for Deadpool and Wolverine. Let me know what episode X-Men Film Army recap next. And hope you enjoy my recap for Planet of the Apes, X-Men 97, episodes 1 through 3. And also Logan. And we will break down on the day after July 26th for Deadpool and Wolverine, or if I could make it, whatever day it comes out on Disney Plus. So hope I see you motherfuckers later. And I do warn you, this will be a pay feature soon. So I'm just warning you, that's all. But you can subscribe to my podcast anytime. Bye.